I didn't realize it so much before we were married, but we are so different.
And in the areas where we differ, you could say we clash.
Big time.
Take, for instance, his driving and the way he tells everyone he's never been lost. Give me a break. Well, at least he does tell them, I have been a mite bewildered a time or two, but never lost. Why can't he just use the GPS? Or, better yet, stop and ask for directions? Us
guys can't possibly ask for directions because that would spoil the whole adventure of trying to find the shortcut.
He says.
No matter how long it takes, I'm going to teach her. You can't rush an adventure. It is so annoying. Why can't you just understand my masculine need to exercise my keen explorer's abilities? She wants everything safe and predictable.
That's all I ask.
What's wrong with that? Well, life is not predictable, especially living with her. Like take the other day, for instance. She asked to borrow my credit card. Well, I'd have to be brain dead to let a shopaholic like her borrow my credit card, so I asked, where is your credit card?
He wanted to know. I had no idea. All I know is 1 minute it was in my purse, the next it wasn't. And the biggest sale of the year was coming. So, do you think he'd lend me his credit card? No. All he would say is,
You have got to be kidding. I wasn't about to lend her my credit card. And I wasn't going to report hers missing either. Why? Because I knew the thief would charge less than she would. How could I be so confident? Well, because I was the thief. Hey, I looked at it as self-preservation. We couldn't afford to add any more debt. Something had to be done.
And then I remembered our secret hiding place where we stashed extra cash, saving for vacation mad money. Well, I just had to help myself to all of it. It wasn't exactly stealing.
Just borrowing her credit card was all I did. I fully intended on returning it after Nordstrom's yearly sale. It was then that I discovered the vacation cash stash was missing, and she had been sucked into commercialism's malignant vortex of uncontrolled mindless spending again. The deception really hurt
when I found my credit card in his sock drawer. I needed to confront
me.
him.
She did, waving her credit card in my face and demanding an explanation. I think she's the one who needs to look long and hard in the mirror, because in her purse I found the missing vacation money.
Was only in retaliation to his conniving credit card caper. And what was he doing in my purse? That's private property. I let him know what I thought in no uncertain terms.
She verbally went ballistic. So I did what any self-respecting man would do. I protectively checked out emotionally. Then it occurred to me, not only do we do things differently, but we think so differently. Case in point, vacations. I work my tail off all year long just so we can spend a week in the great outdoors. What could be more invigorating than getting out into the fresh air? Nature. You know what I'm talking about.
Camping in condos is the only way to go. But he would rather dodge pesky mosquitoes, sleep on rock-hard ground in a tiny little tent out in the middle of nowhere where you could be taken by aliens at any given moment. And if you do survive the night, you wake up in the morning to the brisk morning air. And then there's our differences on parenting issues.
If I say to you, spare the rod, you would of course reply, spoil the child. That's right.
Exactly. How he could be so strict with the children, I'll never know. I say just love them to pieces and teach them to remember their CAP, C-A-P. C stands for communication, A for appreciation, and P for patience. But now they're gone. I'd give anything for a do-over.
I'd be there emotionally for my family.
I'd make every moment count.
We grieve so differently.
After our loss, I had a need to express all my thoughts and feelings, let my hair down, well, so to speak, you know what I mean. But he just withdrew into his silent shell of selective hearing.
Again and
Again.
again, she expected me to talk until I was blue in the face and all the life was just sucked right out of me. I was so drained I couldn't even find the words, let alone express them. Tragedy really changed our
Our
marriage.
marriage became so fragile, but too precious to focus on our
Our
differences.
differences, I realized, could make us stronger if we would accept and celebrate them. I vowed to do that
More
more.
and more, I realized my need to show appreciation daily for how hard he works to provide for us. No matter how long it takes, I'm going to learn to focus on what we do have and not on what we don't have.
And I'm going to bring back the laughter.
The joy.
And I'm going to remember my cap.
CAP. C stands for communication.
C stands for comedy.
A stands for appreciation.
A stands for a sense of humor.
And P stands for patience.
And P stands for laughter.
Doug, there is no P in laughter.
There is when I laugh too hard.